Welcome back, everyone. Today we are diving into some of the most unbelievable, outrageous, and downright bizarre facts that sound completely made up, but are 100% true. From animals to history to science to the human body, these facts will make your jaw drop. We are counting down 50 facts that sound fake, but are actually true. Let's get into it. Number 50. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. Venus rotates so slowly on its axis that it takes 243 Earth days to complete one rotation. But it only takes 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. So the day is literally longer than the year. Number 49. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the moon landing than to the construction of the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid was built around 2560 BC. Cleopatra was born in 69 BC. The moon landing was in 1969 AD. Cleopatra is separated from the pyramid by about 2,500 years, but only about 2,000 years from Neil Armstrong stepping on the moon. Number 48. There are more possible iterations of a game of chess than there are atoms in the observable universe. The number of possible unique chess games is estimated at around 10 to the power of 120. The number of atoms in the observable universe is estimated at around 10 to the power of 80. Chess is literally more complex than the universe. Number 47. Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire. Teaching at Oxford began around 1096 AD. The Aztec Empire was not founded until around 1428 AD. Oxford had been a functioning university for over 300 years before the Aztecs even existed. Number 46. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. Not a flock, not a group, a flamboyance. And honestly, it could not be more perfect. Number 45. Honey never expires. Archaeologists have found 3,000-year-old honey in Egyptian tombs that was still perfectly edible. As long as it is sealed and kept dry, honey will last indefinitely because of its low moisture content and natural antibacterial properties. Number 44. The shortest war in history lasted 38 to 45 minutes. The Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896 began and ended on the morning of August 27th. Zanzibar surrendered after less than an hour of naval bombardment. It is officially the shortest war ever recorded. Number 43. Mammoths were still alive when the Great Pyramid was being built. The last population of woolly mammoths survived on Wrangel Island in the Arctic until around 1650 BC. The Great Pyramid was completed around 2560 BC. So for nearly 1,000 years, both ancient Egyptian civilization and woolly mammoths existed on the same planet at the same time. Number 42. Scotland's national animal is the unicorn. Not the stag, not the eagle, the unicorn. It has been Scotland's official national animal since the 12th century, and still appears on the royal coat of arms of Scotland today. Number 41. You can hear a blue whale's heartbeat from over 2 miles away. The blue whale has the largest heart of any animal on Earth, weighing around 400 pounds. When it surfaces to breathe, its heartbeat is so powerful it can be detected from more than 2 miles away with the right equipment. Number 40. There are more public libraries in the United States than McDonald's restaurants. There are around 17,000 public libraries across the United States. There are approximately 14,000 McDonald's locations. Books are literally more accessible than Big Macs. Number 39. The inventor of the Pringles can is buried in one. Frederick Bauer invented the iconic cylindrical Pringles container in 1966 and was so proud of his creation that when he died in 2008, his family honored his wishes and buried a portion of his ashes inside a Pringles can. Number 38. A strawberry is not a berry, but a banana is. Botanically speaking, a berry must develop from a single flower with one ovary. Strawberries fail that test. Bananas, avocados, and watermelons all technically qualify as berries. The English language and botany have never fully gotten along. Number 37. The human eye can detect a single photon of light in complete darkness. Under perfect dark-adapted conditions, the human eye is sensitive enough to register a single photon. Your eyes are essentially biological instruments of extraordinary precision. Number 36. Nintendo was founded in 1889. Long before video games existed, Nintendo was a Japanese playing card company founded in Kyoto in 1889. The company is over 130 years old and started out selling handmade playing cards. Number 35. Sharks are older than trees. Sharks have existed for around 450 million years. Trees only evolved around 360 million years ago. Sharks were swimming in Earth's oceans for 90 million years before the first tree ever grew on land. Number 34. The Eiffel Tower grows taller in summer. Metal expands when it heats up. In hot weather, the iron structure of the Eiffel Tower can expand enough to grow by up to 6 inches in height during the summer months. Number 33. A bolt of lightning contains enough energy to toast about 100,000 slices of bread. Lightning strikes carry an enormous amount of power in an incredibly short burst. The challenge is not the energy itself, but harnessing it fast enough to be useful. Number 32. Crows can recognize and remember human faces for years. Crows have been shown in studies to hold grudges against specific humans who have threatened them, and will even pass that information on to their offspring. They will scold and dive bomb a person they remember as a threat years after the original encounter. Number 31. The total weight of all ants on Earth roughly equals the total weight of all humans on Earth. There are an estimated 20 quadrillion ants on the planet. Their combined biomass is staggering, and scientists estimate it is roughly comparable to the total biomass of all humans alive today. Number 30. A day on Mars is almost the same length as a day on Earth. A Martian day, called a sol, is 24 hours 37 minutes long. That is remarkably close to our 24-hour day. Of all the planets in the solar system, Mars has the most similar day length to Earth. Number 29. Hot water can freeze faster than cold water under certain conditions. This is called the Mpemba effect, named after a Tanzanian student who noticed it in 1963 while making ice cream. Scientists still debate exactly why it happens, but the phenomenon has been observed repeatedly. Number 28. The founder of Match.com lost his girlfriend to a man she met on Match.com. Gary Kremen founded the online dating site in 1995. His girlfriend at the time left him for a man she met through the very website he created. He later sued that man for fraud in an unrelated matter and won. Number 27. There is a species of jellyfish that is technically immortal. Turritopsis dohrnii, known as the immortal jellyfish, can revert its cells back to their earliest form when it gets old or is injured, essentially cycling back to the beginning of its life indefinitely. It is the only known animal capable of this biological reversal. Number 26. The human nose can detect over 1 trillion different smells. For a long time, scientists thought humans could only distinguish around 10,000 scents. A 2014 study completely shattered that estimate, suggesting the actual number is closer to 1 trillion distinct odors. Number 25. Saudi Arabia imports sand from Australia. Saudi Arabia has enormous amounts of desert sand, but it is too fine and smooth for use in construction. The angular, coarse sand needed for concrete and building must be imported. Australia is one of the countries that exports it. Number 24. The entire internet weighs about as much as a strawberry. All the data on the internet is stored as electrons. The total mass of those electrons in motion has been calculated at approximately 50 grams, which is roughly the weight of a small strawberry. Number 23. A group of otters holding hands while sleeping is called a raft. Sea otters sleep floating on their backs and hold hands with other otters so they do not drift apart in the current. A group of sleeping otters is officially called a raft, and it is one of the most genuinely wholesome facts in existence. Number 22. Humans share about 60% of their DNA with a banana. Life on Earth shares common biochemical machinery at a fundamental level. The genes that control basic cellular functions are surprisingly similar across wildly different organisms. You are more banana than you probably want to admit. Number 21. The smell of rain has a name. It is called petrichor. It was coined by Australian scientists in 1964 and refers to the earthy scent produced when rain falls on dry soil. The smell actually comes from a compound called geosmin, released by bacteria in the ground. Number 20. There is enough gold in Earth's core to coat the entire surface of the planet in a layer about 1.5 feet deep. The Earth's core is estimated to contain enough gold and other precious metals to cover the entire planetary surface several feet deep. It is just completely inaccessible. Number 19. Octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood. 2 hearts pump blood to the gills, and 1 pumps it to the rest of the body. Their blood contains copper-based hemocyanin instead of iron-based hemoglobin, which makes it blue. And if that was not enough, 2 of their 3 hearts stop beating when they swim, which is why octopuses prefer crawling. Number 18. The man who invented the intermittent windshield wiper was cheated out of his patent by the auto industry and spent years fighting in court. Robert Kearns invented the intermittent wiper in the 1960s. Ford and other manufacturers copied his design without paying him. He spent decades fighting legal battles and eventually won millions in settlements. His story was made into the film Flash of Genius.
Number 17. Penguins propose to their mates with pebbles. Male penguins search through piles of pebbles to find what they consider the perfect one, then present it to a female they are interested in. If she accepts and places it in her nest, they are essentially engaged. Some penguins have been observed stealing pebbles from rivals to improve their chances. Number 16. The dot above the letters I and J has an official name. It is called a tittle. That is a real word and has been used in typography and linguistics for centuries. Number 15. Russia has a larger surface area than Pluto. Russia covers approximately 17.1 million square kilometers. Pluto has a surface area of approximately 16.7 million square kilometers. An entire dwarf planet is smaller than a single country. Number 14. There are more possible ways to shuffle a deck of cards than there are atoms on Earth. The number of possible arrangements of a 52-card deck is 52 factorial, which is a number so astronomically large that every time you shuffle a deck properly, you are almost certainly producing an arrangement that has never existed before in the history of the universe. Number 13. The voice actors for Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse got married in real life. Wayne Allwine voiced Mickey Mouse for over 30 years, and Russi Taylor voiced Minnie Mouse. The two fell in love and got married in 1991, remaining together until Wayne's death in 2009. Number 12. It rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. The extreme pressure deep within the ice giant planets is believed to compress carbon atoms into diamond crystals that then fall like rain toward the planet's core. Scientists have actually replicated this process in laboratory conditions and confirmed it is physically possible. Number 11. The fax machine was invented before the telephone. Alexander Graham Bell patented the telephone in 1876. Scottish inventor Alexander Bain invented a rudimentary fax machine in 1843, a full 33 years earlier. People were transmitting documents before they could make phone calls. Number 10. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the first iPhone than to the construction of the Great Pyramid. Wait, we mentioned Cleopatra's timeline earlier, but this one is even wilder. The first iPhone launched in 2007. Cleopatra died in 30 BC. That is just over 2,000 years. The Great Pyramid was built around 2560 BC, which is about 2,500 years before Cleopatra. The ancient world was ancient even to the ancients. Number 9. A single strand of spaghetti is called a spaghetto. The word spaghetti is already plural in Italian. One strand is a spaghetto. The same applies to other pasta. One piece of linguine is a linguina. One piece of rigatoni is a rigatoni. Most people have been using the plural their entire lives without realizing it. Number 8. The inventor of the World Wide Web, Tim Berners-Lee, gave it to the world for free.
In 1989, Tim Berners-Lee invented the system that became the Internet as we know it. He chose not to patent it and gave it away freely, believing that keeping it open would benefit humanity far more than any personal fortune. He is widely considered one of the most generous decisions in the history of technology. Number 7. Humans are bioluminescent. We literally glow in the dark. The human body emits a tiny amount of light as a byproduct of metabolic reactions. It is about 1,000 times weaker than what the human eye can detect, but it is real, measurable light. You are technically glowing right now. Number 6. The average cloud weighs over 1 million pounds. A typical cumulus cloud contains around 500 million grams of water droplets. That works out to over 1 million pounds of water suspended in the sky above your head. They float because the water is spread across such a massive volume that the density is lower than the surrounding air. Number 5. Oxford University has been operating longer than the Aztec Empire, the Inca Empire, and the Mali Empire all combined. We touched on Oxford versus the Aztecs earlier, but the full picture is even more staggering. Oxford has been continuously operating since the 11th century and has outlasted entire civilizations that rose and fell while its doors stayed open. Number 4. There are more stars in the observable universe than grains of sand on all of Earth's beaches. Estimates put the number of stars in the observable universe at around 200 sextillion. The number of grains of sand on all Earth's beaches is estimated at around 7.5 quintillion. The universe has roughly 26 times more stars than Earth has grains of sand on every beach combined. Number 3. The longest recorded flight of a chicken is 13 seconds. Chickens can fly, just not very well or for very long. The world record for the longest recorded chicken flight stands at 13 seconds. Everything about that sentence is funnier the longer you think about it.
Number 2. Armadillos almost always give birth to identical quadruplets. The 9-banded armadillo, the species common to North America, nearly always gives birth to exactly 4 genetically identical offspring from a single fertilized egg, every single time. It is one of the most unusual reproductive systems of any mammal on Earth. Number 1. You are always looking at the past. The light entering your eyes from everything around you takes time to travel to your retina. The light from your computer screen left the screen nanoseconds ago. The light from the sun left 8 minutes ago. The light from the nearest star left over 4 years ago. And from distant galaxies, millions or even billions of years ago. You have never seen the present moment. Everything you have ever looked at is already history. The universe you see is a snapshot of the past, and the true present is something no human eye has ever witnessed. And that is your 50 facts that sound fake but are actually true. If your mind is blown right now, smash that like button and subscribe. We have got plenty more where that came from.